afternoon, patrons of the arts. I'm Mrs. Everly. I am the principal of Coram Deo Academy, and I welcome you to this show. I wanted to make a few more remarks before we open in prayer. And if you have graduated from high school, there's probably a moment when a teacher tried to force you to appreciate a Shakespeare play, usually in the written form. And I would argue that Shakespeare was never meant to be primarily read. It was meant to be watched as it was performed. And these students, it's been wonderful. We did study the play, but now as we are putting it on, you see the lights coming on as the kids finally are understanding what the play is about and what people mean when they said that thing, you know, and it's really exciting. I would like to say that when you study Shakespeare, you really start to appreciate language. There's just beautiful language, even in the insults. It's just so artistic. And there's plenty of insults to appreciate in the show, because in comedies, that is one of Shakespeare's tricks he does. I did want to point out that the timeless themes of this show would include love, revenge, treachery, power, grief, sacrifice, and the testing of old friendships. This list could go on, and these themes are as relevant today as they were in 1599 when this play was first performed. In Ecclesiastes 1:9, the author says, "What has been will be again. What has been done will be done again. There is nothing new under the sun." And you will notice that there's no themes in this play that are not relevant to us today. So I wanted to point out to you that we didn't sell tickets, and that was on purpose. That was a choice we made, but we do have a donation box at the back, and we would love you to contribute to that. And we will have an intermission about 2/3 of the way through the show. You'll know the lights will come up, and that then we'll announce an intermission, and you'll get to get up, greet your friends, put money in the box, whatever you do. But we won't let the students come out. They'll come out at the end in costume to be greeted and to get pictures and things like that. I did want to tell you parents that it has been such a pleasure to get to know your kids. You are raising some hard-working, good-hearted, extremely funny people. It's a delight every time we get together with these kids. So before we get the play started, I'm going to introduce one of our other directors, Ryan Scott, and he's going to open us in prayer.
All right, I just want to say thank you again for letting us borrow your children for a few weeks, a couple months, I guess. Anyway, let's pray. Dear God, we just thank you for letting us be able to come here today, letting us be able to enjoy our kids and the hard work that they've done. Just pray that you bring us all closer together as friends and family and students and as the body of God. Just pray that you bless this performance. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Amen.
That Don Pedro of Aragon comes this night to Messina!
He is very nearby this. He was not 3 leagues off the rail.
How many gentlemen have we lost in the action?
A few of any sort, and none of name.
A victory is twice itself when the achiever brings home whole numbers. I find here that Don Pedro hath bestowed much honor on the young Florentine called Claudio.
Much deserved on his part, and equally remembered by Don Pedro. He hath borne himself beyond the promise of his age, doing in the figure of the land the feats of life. He hath indeed better than an expectation than he was expected before.
He has an uncle here at the scene, and I'll be very much glad of it.
I have already delivered him letters, and there appears much joy in them, even so much that joy could not show itself modest enough to badge of bitterness.
Did he break out into tears?
great measure.
A kind overflow of kindness. There are no truer faces than those that are so washed. How much better is it to weep at joy than to joy at weeping?
I pray, is Signor Mountanto returned from the wars, or no?
I know none of that name, lady. There is none such in the army of any sort.
What is he that you ask for, niece?
My cousin means Signor Benedict of Padua.
He's returned, and as pleasant as ever he was.
He set up his bills here in Messina and challenged Cupid at the flight. My uncle's fool, reading intelligence, subscribed for Cupid and challenged him at the bird race. How many hath he killed and eaten in these wars? But how many hath he killed? For indeed, I promise to eat all of his killing.
Faith, niece, you tax Signor Benedict too much. But he'll be meet with you. I doubt it not.
He hath done good service in these wars, lady.
You had musty victual, and he hath hoped to eat it. He's a very valiant trencherman. He hath an excellent stomach.
And a good soldier too, lady.
And a good soldier to a lady. But what is he to a lord?
A lord to a lord, a man, stuffed with all honorable virtues.
It is so indeed. He is no less than a stuffed man. But for the stuffing, well, we are all mortal.
You must not, sir, mistake my niece. There's a kind of merry war betwixt Signor Benedict and her. They never meet, but there's a skirmish of wits between them.
Alas, he gains nothing by that. In our last conflict, 4 of his 5 wits went halting off. And now is the whole man governed with one, so that, if he hath wit enough to keep himself warm, let him bear it for a difference between himself and his horse. For it is all the wealth he hath left to be known a reasonable creature. Who is his companion now? He hath every month a new sworn brother.
Is it possible?
Very easily possible. He wears his faith but is the fashion of his hat. It ever changes with the next blow.
I see, lady. The gentleman is not one of us.
No. And he were, I'd burn my study. But I pray, who is his companion? Is there no young squarer now that'll make a voyage with him to the devil?
He is most in the company of the right noble Claudio.
Oh Lord, he will hang upon it like a disease. He is soon caught in the pestilence, and the taker runs presently mad. God help the noble Claudio. If he have caught the Benedict, it will cost him £1,000 ere he be cured.
I will hold friends with you, lady.
Do, good friend.
You will never run mad, niece.
No, not till a hot January.
Don Pedro is a friend.
Good Signor Leonardo, have you come to meet your trouble? The fashion of the world is still a boycott, yet you encounter it.
Never came trouble to my house in the likeness of your grace. For trouble being gone, comfort should remain. But when you depart from me, sorrow abides and happiness takes its leave.
You embrace your charge too willingly. I think this is your daughter.
If Signor Leonardo were your father, she would not have his head on her shoulders for all Messina, as like him as she is.
I wonder that you will still be talking, Signor Benedict. Nobody marks you.
What? My dear Lady Disdain, are you yet living?
Is it possible Disdain should die? Will she have such meat food to eat as Signor Benedict? Courtesy itself must convert to disdain, if you come in her presence.
Then is courtesy a turncoat? But it is certain I am loved of all ladies, only you excepted. And I would I could find in my heart that I had not a hard heart, for truly I love none.
A dear happiness to women. They would else have been troubled with a pernicious suitor. I thank God and my cold blood I am of your humor for that.
God keep your ladyship still in that mind, so some gentleman or other shall escape a predestined scratched face.
Scratching could not make it worse, and 'twere such a face as yours were.
Well, you are a rare parent teacher.
A bird of my tongue is better than a beast of yours.
I would my horse had the speed of your tongue in so good a continuer, but keep your way. In God's name I have done.
Always a jade's trick. I know you a mole.
That is the sum of all, Leonardo. Signor Claudio and Signor Benedict, Leonardo hath invited us all.
Yes.
I tell him we should stay at least a month.
Let me bid you welcome, my lord. Being reconciled to the prince, your brother, I owe you all duty.
I thank you. I am not of many words, but I thank you.
Oh, please, at your grace, lead on.
We will go together, Leonardo.
Benedict. Didst thou know the daughter of Signor Leonato?
I noted her not, but I looked on her.
Is she not a modest young lady?
Do you question me as an honest man should do for my simple true judgment? Or would you have me speak after my custom as being a professed tyrant to their sex?
No, I pray thee, speak in sober judgment.
Why, in faith, methinks she's too low for a high praise, too brown for a fair praise, and too little for a great praise. Only this commendation I can afford her, that were she were other than she is, she were unhandsome. And being no other but as she is, I do not like her.
Thou thinkest I am swart. I pray thee, tell me truly how thou likest her.
Would you buy her that you inquire after her?
Can the world buy such a jewel?
Yea, and a case to put it into. But speaking this with a sad brow,
In mine eyes, she is the sweetest lady that ever lived.
I can see yet without spectacles, and I see no such matter. There's her cousin, and she were not possessed with a fury, exceeds her as much in beauty as the 1st of May doth the last of December. But I hope you have no intent to turn husband, have you?
I would scarce trust myself, though I'd sworn the contrary, if Hero would be my wife.
Is it come to this? Shall I never see a bachelor 80 again? Go to it, Faith, and thou needs thrust thy neck into a yoke, wear the print of it, and sigh away Sundays. Look, thou Pedro's going to seek you.
What secret hath held you here, that you follow not to Leonardo's?
I would your grace constrain me to tell.
I charge thee on thy allegiance.
You hear, Count Claudio, I can be secret as a dumb man. But on my allegiance, mark you this on my allegiance, he is in love. With who? Now that is your grace's part. Mark how short his answer is. With Hero, Leonardo's short daughter.
If this were so were it uttered.
Like the old tale, my lord, it is not so, nor 'twas not so, but indeed, God forbid, it should be so.
If my passion change not shortly, God forbid it should be otherwise.
Amen if you love her. The lady is very well worthy.
You speak this to fetch me, my lord.
By my troth, I spoke my thought.
And in faith, my lord, I spoke mine.
And by my 2 faiths and trumps, my lord, I spoke mine.
That I love her, I feel.
That she is worthy, I know.
But I neither feel how she should be loved, nor know how she should be worthy is the opinion that fire cannot melt out of me. I will die in it at the stake.
Thou was ever an obstinate heretic in the despite of beauty.
That a woman conceived me, I thank her. That she brought me up, I likewise give her most humble thanks. Because I will not do them the wrong to mistrust any, I will do myself the right to trust none. And the fine is, for the which I may go the finer, I will live a bachelor.
I shall see thee, ere I die, look pale with love.
With anger, with sickness, or of hunger, my lord, not with love. Prove that ever I lose more blood with love than I'll get again with drinking. Pick out mine eyes with a ballad maker's pen, and hang me up at the door of a brothel house for the sign of blind Cupid.
Well, if ever thou dost fall from this faith, thou wilt prove a notable argument.
If I do, hang me in a bottle like a cat and shoot at me. And he that hits me, let him be clapped on the shoulder and called Adam.
Well, as time shall try, in time the savage bull doth bear the yoke.
The savage bull may, but if ever the sensible Benedict bear it, pluck out the bull's horns and set them in my forehead, and let me be vilely painted, and with such great letters as they write, "Here is good horse to hire." Let them signify under my sign, "Here you see Benedict the married man."
Well, You will temporize with the hours. In the meantime, Signor Benedict, repair to Leonardo's and commend me to it, where you have made great preparation.
I have almost matter enough in me for such an embassage, and so I commit you.
To the tuition of God, from my house if I had it.
Your loving friend, Benedict.
Nay, mock not, mock not. Ere refladdle ends any further, examine your conscience. And so, I...
My liege, your highness may now do me good.
My love is thine to teach. Teach it but how, and thou shalt see how apt it is to learn. Any hard lesson that may do thee good.
Hath Leonardo any son, my lord?
No child but Hero. She's his only heir. Dost thou affect her, Claudio?
Oh, my lord, when you first went onward on this ended action, I looked upon her with but a soldier's eye. This light, who had a rougher task at hand than to drive like you to the name of love. But now that I am returned, and that war thoughts have left their places vacant, and in their rooms come thronging soft and delicate voices, all come to me how fair young Hero is. Saying I liked her ere I went to wars.
Thou wilt be like a lover presently, and tire the hero without a book of words. If thou dost love fair Hero, cherish it. And I will break with her, and with her father, and thou shalt have her. Was not to this end that thou beginst to twist so fine a tale?
How sweetly you minister to love, that no love's grief by his complexion.
And will fit thee with a remedy. I know that we shall have revelings tonight, and I shall take thy part in some disguise, and tell the hero I am Claudio. And in her bosom I'll unclasp my heart, and take her here a prisoner, with the force and strong encounter of my amorous tale. Then, after, to her father will I bring, and the conclusion is, she shall be thine. In practice, let us put it presently.
What the good year, my lord? Why are you thus at a measure sad?
There's no measure in the occasion that breeds. Therefore the sadness is without limit.
You give the reason.
When I have heard it, what blessing brings it?
If not a present remedy, at least a patient suffrance.
I wonder that thou, being as thou sayest thou art, born under Saturn, goest about to apply a moral medicine to a mortifying mischief. I cannot hide what I am. I must be sad when I have cause, and smile at no man's jest, eat when I have a stomach, and wait on no man's leisure, laugh when I am merry, and sleep when I am drowsy, and call no man in his humor.
Yea, but you must not make a full show of this, till you make do it without control. You have of late stood out against your brother, and he has taken you newly into his grace. Or it is impossible that you should take true root, but by the farewell of me.
I had rather be a canker in a hedge than a rose in his grace. That better fits my blood to be disdained of all than to fashion a carriage to rob blood from any. And this, though I cannot be said to be a flattering, honest man, it must not be denied, but I am a plain dealing villain. If I had my mouth, I would bite. If I had my liberty, I would do my liking. In the meantime, let me be that I am, and seek not to alter me.
Can you make no use for your discontent?
I make all use of it, for I use it only. Who comes here? What news, Baraccio?
I can give you intelligence that intended marriage.
Will it serve for any model to build mischief on? What is he for a fool that betrusts himself to unquietness?
Mary, it is your brother's right hand.
Who, the most exquisite Claudio?
Even he.
A proper squire. And who? Which way looks he?
Mary, on Hero, the daughter and heir of Leonardo.
A very forward courtship. How came you to this?
I whipped me behind the arras, and there, heard it agreed upon, the prince should woo Claudio, should woo Hero for himself, and, having obtained her, give her to Count Claudio.
Come, let us thither. This may prove food to my displeasure. That young startup hath all the glory of my overthrow. If I can cross him any way, I bless myself every way. Barbeau Shore will assist me.
To the next.
Let us to the great supper. their cheers the greater that I am subdued. Shall we go prove what's to be done?
We'll wait upon your lordship. Was not Count John here at supper?
I saw him not.
How tartly that gentleman looks. I never can see him, but I am heartburned an hour after.
He is of a very melancholy disposition.
He were an excellent man, or made just in the midway of him and Benedict. The one is too like an image, and says nothing, and the other too like my lady's eldest son, ever more tender.
Then half Senior Benedict's tongue in Count John's mouth, and half Count John's melancholy in Senior Benedict's face.
With a good leg and good foot, uncle, and money enough in his purse. Such a man would win any woman in the world if he could get her goodwill.
Thou wilt never get thee a husband, niece, if thou be so shrewd with thy tongue.
Just if thee send me no husband, for the which blessing I am acting upon my knees every morning and evening. Lord, I could not endure a husband with a beard on his face. I had rather lie in the woolen.
You may light on a husband that hath no beard.
What shall I do with him? Dress him in my apparel and make him my waiting gentlewoman? He that hath a beard is more than a youth, and he that hath no beard is less than a man. He that is more than a youth is not for me, and he that is less than a man, I am not for him.
Well, I trust you'll be ruled by your father?
Yes, faith. It is my cousin's duty to make courtesy and say, Father, as it please you. And yet, for all that, let him be a handsome fellow. Or else, make another courtesy and say, Father, as it please you.
Well, niece, I hope to see you one day fitted with a husband.
Not till God make men of some other metal than earth. Would it not grieve a woman to be overmastered by a piece of valiant dust? To make an account of her life to a clod of wayward marl? No, uncle, I'll none. Adam's sons are my brethren, and truly, I hold it a sin to match in my kindred.
Daughter, remember what I told you. If the prince do solicit you in that kind, you know your answer.
The fault will be in the music, cousin, if you be not wooed in good time. For hear me, hero. Wooing, wedding, and repenting is as a Scotch gin, a measure, and a syncopes. The first suit, hot and hasty like a Scotch gin, and full as fantastical. The wedding, mannerly, modest as a measure, filled with state and ancientry. And then comes repentance. And with his bad legs, falls into the syncopes faster and faster till he sinks into his grave.
Cousin, you apprehend passing shrewdly.
I have a good eye, uncle. I can see a church by daylight.
The revelers are entering, brother. Make good room.
Lady, who you walk about with your friend?
So you walk softly and look sweetly, and say nothing. I am yours for the walk, and especially when I walk away.
With me in your company.
I may say so when I please.
Will you not tell me who told you so?
No, you shall pardon me.
Nor will you not tell me who you are?
Not now.
That I was disdainful. Well, this was Signor Benedict that said so.
What's he?
I'm sure you know him well enough.
Not I, believe me.
Did he never make you laugh?
I pray you, what is he?
Why, he is the prince's jester. A very dull fool. Only his gift is in devising impossible slanders. None but libertines delight in him, and the commendation's not in his wit, but in his villainy. For he both pleases men and angers them, and then they laugh at him and beat him.
When I know the gentleman, I'll tell him what you say.
Do. He'll break but a comparison or two on me, which, peradventure not marked or not laughed at, strikes him into melancholy, and then there's a partridge with his egg, or the fool believes no suburb at it. We must follow Peter's.
In every good thing.
Oh, my brother's hammer, son Nero, has withdrawn with her father to break with him about it. The ladies follow her, but one visor remains.
And that is Count Claudio. I know him by his bearing.
Are you not Signor Benedict?
You know me well. I'm Jacob.
Signor, you are very near my brother in his love. He is enamored on Hero. I pray you, dissuade him from her. She is no equal for his birth. You may do the part of an honest man in it.
How know you he loves her?
I heard him swear his affection.
So did I too, and he swore he would marry her tonight.
Come, let us to the banquet.
Thus, enter I in the name of Benedict, but hear these ill news with the ears of Claudio. 'Tis certain so the prince woos for himself. Friendship is constant in all things save in office and affairs of love. And trusts no agent. Pure beauty is a witch against whose faith charms melted like blood. Farewell, therefore, true.
Count Claudio,
Yea, same.
come, will you go with me?
Whither?
What fashion we wear the garland of? You must wear it one way, for the prince hath got your hero.
I wish him joy of her.
Why, that's spoken like an honest drover, so we sell whole locks. But did you think the prince would have served you thus?
I pray you, leave me.
Ho! Now you strike like the blind man. 'Twas the boy that stole your meat, and now you'll beat the post.
If it will not be so, I'll leave you.
Alas, poor hurt fowl. Now will he creep into the sages. But that my lady Beatrice should know me, and not know me. The prince is fool. Ha! It may be I go under the title because I am married. Yea, but so I am apt to do myself wrong. I am not so reputed. It is the base, forbitter disposition of Beatrice that puts her person into the world, and so gives me out. Well, I will be revenged as I may.
Now, Signor, where's the Count? Did you see him?
Troth, my lord, I found him here as melancholy as a lodge in a ward. I told him, and I think I told him true, that your grace had got the goodwill of this young lady, and I offered him my company to a willow tree, either to make him a garland, as being forsaken, or to find him a rod, as being worthy to be whipped.
To be whipped? What's his fault?
The flat transgression of a schoolboy, who, being overjoyed with finding a bird's nest, shows it his companion, and she steals it.
I'll but teach them to sing, and restore them to the owner.
If their singing answer you're saying, by my faith, you say honestly.
Lady Beatrice hath a quarrel with you. The man she danced with told her she is much wronged by you.
Oh, she misused me past the endurance of a block. She told me, not thinking I had been myself, that I was the prince's jester. That I was duller than a great fog, huddling jest upon jest with such impossible conveyance upon me, that I stood like a man at the mark, with a whole army shooting at me. I would not marry her, though she were endowed with all that Adam had left in him before he transgressed. Come, talk not of her. All disquiet, horror, and perturbation follows her.
Look, here she comes now.
Would your grace constrain me any service to the world's end? I will go on the slightest errand you can devise to send me on. I will fetch you a toothpicker now from the furthest inch of Asia, fetch you hair off the great champ's beard, do you any embassage to the pygmies, rather than hold 3 words conference with this harpy. You have no employment for me?
None, but the desire of your good company.
Sir, here's a dish I love not. I cannot endure my lady tongue.
Come, lady, come. You have lost the heart of Signor Benedict.
Yea, my lord. He lent it me a while, and I gave him use for it. A double heart for a single one. Married, once before, he wanted of me with false dice. Therefore, your grace may well say I have lost it.
You have put him down, lady, you have put him down.
So I would he should not do me, my lord, lest I prove to be the mother of fools. I have brought Count Claudio, whom you sent me to see.
How now, Count? Wherefore are you sad?
Not sad, my lord.
How then, sick?
Neither, my lord.
The Count is neither sad nor sick, nor merry nor well, but civil Count, civil as an orange, and something of that jealous complexion.
In faith, lady, I think your blazon be true. Although, I'll be sworn, if he be so, his conceit is false. Here, Claudio, I wooed in thy name, and fair hero is one.
Count, take of me my daughter, and with her my fortunes. His grace hath made the match, and all grace say amen to it.
Speak, Count, 'tis your cue.
Silence is the perfectest herald of joy. I were but little happy if I could say how much. Lady, as you are mine, I am yours.
Speak, cousin, or, if you cannot, stop his mouth with a kiss. And let not him speak neither.
In faith, lady, you have a merry heart.
Yea, my lord, thus goes everyone to the world but I. I may sit in a corner and cry hi-ho for a husband.
Lady Beatrice, I will get you one.
I would rather have one of your fathers get it. Hath their grace never brother like you? Your father got excellent husbands, if made to come by them.
Will you have me, lady?
No, my lord, unless I might have another for working days. Your grace be too costly to wear every day. But I beseech your grace pardon me. I was born to speak all mirth and no matter.
Your silence most offends me. To marry best befits you, for out of question you were born at merry hour.
No, sure, my lord. My mother cried, but then there was a star danced, and under that was I born. Cousins, God give you joy.
Niece, will you look to the things I told you of?
I cry you mercy, uncle. By your grace's pardon.
By my troth, a pleasant spirited lady. She cannot endure hear tell of a husband.
By no means. She mocks her wooers out of suit.
She would be an excellent wife for Benedict.
Oh, Lord, my Lord, if they were but a week married, they would talk themselves mad.
County Claudio, when mean you to go to church?
Tomorrow, my lord. Time goes on crutches. Her love have all his rights.
Not till Monday, my dear son, which is hence just 7 night, and a time to permit you to have all things answer my mind.
I warrant thee, Claudio, the time shall not go dully by us. I will, in the interim, undertake one of Hercules' labors, which is to bring Signor Benedict and the Lady Beatrice into a mountain of affection, the one with the other. I would fain have it a match, and doubt not but to fashion it, if you three will administer such assistance as I shall give thee direction.
My lord, I am for you. Though it cost me 10 nights' watchings.
And I, my lord.
And you too, gentle hero.
I will do any modest office, my lord, to help my cousin to a good husband.
And I, with your two helps, will so practice on Benedict that, despite of his quick wit and his queasy stomach, you shall fall in love with Beatrice. If we can do this, Cupid is no longer an archer. His glory shall be ours, for we are the only love gods. Go in with me, and I will tell you my drift.
It is so. The Count Claudio shall marry the daughter of Leonardo. Yea, my lord, but I can cross it. Any bar, any cross, any impediment will be menacable to me. I am sick in displeasure towards him, and whatsoever comes athwart his affection ranges evenly with mine. How canst thou cross this marriage?
Not honestly, but so covertly. No dishonesty shall appear in me.
Show me briefly how.
I think I told your lordship a year since how much I'm in the favor of Margaret, the waiting gentlewoman to Hero.
I remember.
I can, with any unseasonable instant of the night, appoint her to look out of her lady's chamber window.
And what is that to be the death of this marriage?
Proof enough to misuse the prince, to vex Claudio, to undo Hero, and to kill Leonato. Look you for any other issue?
Only to spite them will I endeavor anything.
Go then. Find me a meet hour of the night in which to draw Don Pedro and the Count Claudio alone. Tell them that you know that Hero loves me. Intend a kind of zeal to them, both the prince and Claudio, as in love for your brother's honor, who has made this match, and his friend's reputation, who is thus like your cousin with the semblance of a maid that you have discovered thus. Offer them instances which shall bear no less likelihood than to see me at Margaret's chamber window. Here we call Margaret Hero, and bring them to see this the very night before the appointed wedding. For in the meantime I will so fashion the matter that Hero shall be absent, and there shall appear such seeming truth of Hero's disloyalty. The jealousy should be called assurance, and all the preparation overthrown.
Grow this to what adverse issue it can, and thy reward is 1,000 ducats.
Be you constant in the accusation, and my cunning shall not shame you.
I'll presently go learn their day of marriage.
Boy,
In
my chamber window lies a book. Bring it hither to me in the orchard.
I'm here already, sir.
I know that. Well, I'll have thee hence and here again. I do much wonder that one man, seeing how much another man is a fool when he dedicates his behaviors to love, will, after he hath lacked such shallow faults in others, become the argument of his own scorn. And such a man as Claudio. I have known when there's no music with him, but the drum and the fife. And now, would he rather hear the tabor and the pipe? I have known when he would have walked 10 mile foot to see a good armorer. And now, will he lie 10 nights awake, carving the fashion of a new doublet? He was wont to speak plain and to the purpose, like an honest man and a soldier. And now is his words turned orography. His words are a very fantastical banquet, just so many strange dishes. May I be so converted and see with these eyes? I cannot tell. I think not. I will not be sworn the love will transform me to an oyster, but I'll take my oath on it. Till he hath made an oyster of me, he shall never make me such a fool. One woman is fair, yet I am well. Another is virtuous, yet I am well. Another wise, yet I am well. But to all graces being one woman shall not come in my grace. Rich she shall be, that's certain. Wise, or I'll never. Virtuous, or I'll never cheapen her. Fair, or I'll never look on her. Mild, or come not near me. Noble, good discourse, an excellent musician, and her hair shall be of what color, please God? Ha! The prince in unsure love. I will hide me in the arbor.
Come hither, Leonardo. What was it you told me of today? That your niece Beatrice was in love with Signor Benedict?
Oh, stuck on, foul sis. I did never think that lady would love any man.
No, nor I neither. But most wonderful that she should so dote on Signor Benedict, whom she, in all outward behaviors, seemed ever to abhor.
Is it possible?
On my troth, I cannot tell what to think of it, but that she loves him with an enraged affection. It is past the infinite of thought.
Maybe she does, but counterfeit?
Faith, like enough.
Counterfeit. There was never a counterfeit of passion came so near to the life of passion as she discovers it.
Why, what effects of passion shows she?
Faith will help well. This fish will bite.
What effects, my lord? She will sit you. You heard my daughter tell you how.
She did indeed.
How? How, I pray you? I would have thought the Lady Spirit was invincible against all assaults of affection.
I would have sworn it had, my lord, especially against Benedict.
I should think this a Gaul, but that the white-bearded fellow speaks it. Avery cannot, sure, hide himself in such reverence.
It will take its affection. Hold it up.
Hath she made her love known to Benedict?
No, when she swears she never will. That's her torment.
'Tis true indeed. So says your doctor. Shall I, says she, that have so often encountered him with scorn, write to him that I love him?
This says she when she is beginning to write to him. For she'll be up 20 times a night. And there will she sit in her smock till she hath writ a sheet of paper. My daughter tells us all. Oh, she tore the letter into 1,000 halfpence. Railed at herself that she should be so immodest as to write to the one she knew would flout her. I measure him, says she. By my own spirit, yea, though I should flout him if he hurts me. Yea, though I love him, I should.
Then down upon the knees she falls, weeps, sobs, tears her hair, beats her heart, prays, curses, oh sweet Benedict! God! Vengeance!
She doth indeed, and the ecstasy hath so much overborne her, that my daughter is sometimes afeard she will do a desperate outrage to herself. It is very true.
It were good that Benedict knew of it by some other, if she will not discover it.
To what end? He would make a sport of it and torment the poor lady worse.
And he should, it were an alms to hang him, for she's an excellent, sweet lady, and, out of all suspicion, she is virtuous.
And she's exceeding wise.
In all but in loving Benedict.
Oh, my lord, wisdom in blood combating in so tender a body, we have 10 proofs to 1 that blood hath the victory. I am sorry for her, having just cause, being her uncle and her guardian.
I pray you, tell Benedict of her love, and hear what he will say.
For it good, think you?
Hero thinks surely she will die. For she says she will die if he love her not, and she will die ere she make her love known, and she will die if he woo her.
She doth well, for she should make tender of her love. He's like to scorn it. For, as you know all, the man hath a contemptible spirit.
He's a very proper man.
He hath indeed a good outward happiness.
Before God, and in mine eyes, very wise.
He doth indeed show some sparks that are like wit. Well, I'm sorry for your niece. Should we seek Benedict to tell him of her love?
Never tell him, my lord. Let her wear it out with good counsel.
Nay, that's impossible. She may wear her heart out first. My lord, will you walk? Dinner is ready.
If you do not dote on her upon this, I will never trust my expectation.
Let the same net be spread for her. That must your daughter and her gentlewomen carry. Let us send her to call him into dinner.
This can be no trick. The conference was sadly born. They have the truth of this from Hero. They seem to pity the lady. It seems her affections have their full bent.
Love me?
Why, it must be requited. I hear how I am censured. They say I will bear myself proudly if I perceive the love come from her. They say, too, that she will rather die than give any sign of affection. I did never think to marry. I must not seem proud. Happy are they that hear of their detractions and can put them to mending. They say the lady is fair. 'Tis the truth. I can bear the witness. And virtuous. 'Tis so. I cannot reprove it. And wise, but for love of me. By my faith, it is no addition to her wit, nor no great argument of her folly. For I will be horribly in love with her. I may chance have some odd quirks and remnants with broken on me because I railed for so long against marriage, but doth not the appetite alter? A man loves the meat in his youth that he cannot endure in his age. Shall quips and sentences and these paper bullets of the brain awe a man from the career of his humor? No, the world must be peopled. When I said I would die a bachelor, I did not think I should live till I were married. Here comes Beatrice. By this day, she's a fair lady. I do spy some marks of love in her.
Against my will, I am sent to bid you come in to dinner.
Fair Beatrice, I thank thee for your pains.
I took no more pains for those thanks than you take pains to thank me. If it had been painful, I would not have come.
You took pleasure then in the message?
There! As much as you may take upon a knife's point. You have no stomach, signor.
Ha! Against my will, I am sent to bid you come into dinner. There's a double meaning in that. I took no more pains for those finks than you took pains to take me. That's as much as to say, any pains I take for you is as easy as finks. If I do not take pity on her, I am the villain.
Prince and Claudio. Whisper her ear and tell her I and Ursula walk in the orchard, and that our whole discourse is all over. Say that thou overheardst us. There would we hide her to listen to our purpose. This is thy office. Fare thee well in it, and leave us alone.
I'll make her come. I warned you, presently.
Now, Ursula, when Beatrice doth come, as we do trace this alley up and down, our talk must only be of Benedict. When I do name him, let it be thy part to praise him more than ever man did merit. My talk to thee must be how Benedict is sick in love with Beatrice. Of this matter is little Beatrice's crafty arrow made, as it only woman's sight hears. Now begin, and look for Beatrice, like a laughing runs, close by the ground to hear our converse.
Pleasantest angling to see the fish, covering golden oars the silver stream, and greedily devour the treacherous bait. So Engo we for Beatrice, even now is couched upon the woodbine couch. Fear you not, my present time. Then go we near her,
That the ear lose nothing of false, sweet bait that we lay for. No, truly, Ursula, she is too disdainful. I know her spirits are as coy and wild as haggards of the rock.
But are you sure that Benedict loves Beatrice so entirely?
So says the prince and my new betrothed lord.
And did they bid you tell her of it, madam?
They did entreat me to acquaint her of it, but I persuaded them, if they loved Benedict, to wish him wrestle with affection, and never to let Beatrice know of it.
Why did you so? Doth not the gentleman deserve as full and fortunate a bed as ever Beatrice shall couch upon?
Oh, God of love, I know he doth deserve as much as may be yielded to a man. Yes, brave the woman's heart. And that's Beatrice, stained and sworn bride, sparkling in her eyes, misprizing what they look on, and her wit values itself so highly that to her all matter else seems weak.
Sure, I think so. And therefore, it were not good she knew of his love, lest she'll make sport of it.
Why, you speak truth. I never yet saw a man how wise, how noble, young, how fair this feature. But she would spell him backward. If fair face, she would swear the gentleman should be her sister. If speaking, why, a vain blow with all winds. If silent, why, a block moved with none. So turns she every man the wrong side out, and never gives to truth and virtue that which simpleness and merit pursue.
Sure, such carving is not commendable.
No, not to be so odd, and from all fashions, as Beatrice cannot be commendable. But who dare tell her so? If I should speak, she would mock me into air. Oh, she would laugh me out of myself, press me to death with wit. Therefore, let Benedict, like covered fire, consume away inside. Were a better death than die with monks, which is as bad as die with children.
Yet tell her of it, hear what she will say.
No, rather, I will go to Benedict and tell him to fight against his passion. Truly, although by some honest slanders stain my good blood, one doth not know how much an ill word may have poisoned blood.
Oh, do not do your cousin such a wrong. She cannot be without true judgment, having so swift and excellent wit, as she is prized to have, as to refuse so rare a gentleman as Signor Benedict.
He is the only man of Italy, always excepted my dear Claudio.
I pray you be not angry with me, madam. Speaking my fancy, Signor Benedict, for shade, bearing, argument, and valor, goes foremost to report through Italy.
Indeed, he hath an excellent, good name.
His excellence did earn it ere he had it. When are you married, madam?
Why, every day tomorrow. Come, go in. I'll show thee some attires and have thy counsel which is best to furnish me tomorrow.
She's lying to warn you. You caught her, madam.
If it proves so, then loving goes by half. Some Cupid killed with arrows, some with traps.
What fire is in mine ears? Can this be true? Stand I condemned of pride and scorn so much? Contempt farewell, and maiden pride adieu, for no glory lives behind the back of such. And Benedict, love on,
I will requite thee, taming my wild heart to thy loving hand. If thou dost love, my kindness shall incite thee to bind our loves up in a holy band. For others say thou dost deserve, and I believe it better than reporting lady.
Gallants, I am not as I have been.
So say I. Methinks you are sadder.
I hope you be in love.
Hey, in truth, there's no true drop of blood in him to be truly touched by love. If he be sad, he wants money.
I have the toothache.
Draw it.
Hang it.
You must draw it first and hang it afterwards.
What? Sigh for the toothache?
Where is but a humor or a worm?
Yet say I, he is in love. If he be not in love with some woman, there is no belief in the old signs. He brushes his hat in mornings. What should that bode?
Nay, he rubs himself with civet. Can you smell it out by that?
That's as much to say, the sweet youth's in love.
The greatest note of it is in his melancholy.
Nay, but it's just in spirit, which now crept into a lutestring, and governed by stops.
Indeed, that tells a heavy tale for him. Conclude, he is in love.
And, nay, but I know who loves him.
Indeed, that would I know too. One that knows him not, I'll warrant.
And his ill conditions, and in spite of all, dies for him.
Yet is this no charm for the toothache? Old senor, walk aside with me. I have studied 8 or 9 wise words to speak to you, which these hobby horses must not hear.
By my life, break with him about Beatrice.
'Tis even so. Hero and Margaret have by this played their parts. And now, when the two bears meet, they want to fight one another.
My lord and brother, God save you.
Good Ian, brother.
If your leisure served, I would speak with you.
In private?
If it please you, yet Count Claudio may hear, for what I would speak of concerns him.
What's the matter?
Needs your lordship to be married tomorrow?
You know he does.
I know not that, when he knows what I know.
If there be any impediment, I pray you discover it.
You may think I love you not. Let that appear hereafter. And aid better me by that I now will manifest. For, my brother, I think he holds you well, and in years apart have hoped to effect your ensuing marriage. Surely suit ill spent, and labor ill bestowed.
Why, what's the matter?
I came hither to tell you, the lady is disloyal.
Who? Hero?
Even she, your hero, Leonardo's hero, every man's hero.
Disloyal.
The word is too good to paint out her wickedness. I could say she were worse. thank you in the worst title, and I will fit her to it. Wonder not till further work. Go but with me tonight, and you shall see her chamber window entered, even the night before her wedding day. If you love her then, tomorrow wed, but it would better fit your honor to change your mind.
May this be so.
I would not think it.
If you will follow me, I will show you enough. When you have seen more and heard more, proceed accordingly.
If I see anything tonight by which I should not marry her, tomorrow, in the congregation, there will I shame her.
And, as I would for thee, I will aid thee to disgrace her.
I will discharge her no further to my witnesses. Fair to hold me but till midnight, let the issue show itself.
O day outwardly turned,
Oh, mischief strangely thwarting.
Oh, plague right well prevented! So will you say when you have seen the sequel. Are you good men and true?
Yea, or else it would be a pity, but they were to suffer salvation, body and soul.
Nay, that were punishment too good for them, if they should have the allegiance in them, being chosen for the prince's watch.
Well, give them their charge, Master Dogberry.
First, who think you the most disartless man to be constable?
Hugo Cake, sir, or George Seacole. They can write and read.
Come hither, neighbor Seacole. God hath blessed you with a good name. To be a well-favored man is the gift of fortune, but to write and read comes by nature.
Oh, which Master Constable?
You have it. I knew your answer. You are thought here to be the most senseless and fit man for the constable to watch. Therefore, bear you the less. This is your charge. You shall comprehend all vagrant men. You are to bid any man stand in the prince's name.
How if they will not stand?
Why then, take no note of him, but let him go. And presently, call the rest of the watch together, and thank God you are rid of a knave.
If he will not stand when he is bidden, he is none of the prince's subjects.
True, and are to meddle with none but the prince's subjects. You shall also make no noise in the street, for the watch to babble and to talk is most tolerable and not to be endured.
We would rather sleep than talk. We know it belongs to a watch.
Why, you think like an ancient and most quiet watchman. For I do not see how sleeping should offend. Only have a care that your meals be not stolen. Well, you are to call at all the alehouses and bid those who are drunk get them to bed.
How if they will not?
Why then, let them alone till they are sober. If they make you not then the better answer, you may say they are not the men you took them for.
Well, sir.
If you meet a thief, you may suspect
him, by virtue of your office, to be no true man, and for such kind of men, the less you meddle with them, why, the more is for your honesty.
If we know him to be a thief, shall we not lay hands on him?
Truly, by your office you may, but I think today the touch pitch will be defied. The most peaceable way for you, if you do take a thief, is to let him show himself what he is and steal out of your company.
You've always been called a merciful man.
Truly, I would not hang a dog by my will, much more a man who has any honesty in him.
If you hear a child cry at night, you may call the nurse and bid her still it.
How if the nurse be asleep and will not hear us?
Why then, depart in peace, and let the child wake with crying. For the ewe that will not hear her lamb when it bleats, will never answer a calf when he baws. Well, masters, good night. And there be any matter of weight chances, call of me. Keep your fellows' counsels and your own, and good night. Come, neighbor.
Well, masters, we hear our charge. Let us go. Sit here upon the church bench till 2, then all to bed.
One word on his neighbors. I pray you, watch about Signor Leonardo's door. For the wedding being there tomorrow, there is a great coil tonight. Adieu! Be fit to tent, I beseech you.
Gentlemen, I remember his name.
Didst thou not hear something?
No, 'twas a bane on the house.
But know that I have tonight wooed Margaret, the Lady Hero's gentlewoman, by the name of Hero. She leads me out at her mistress's chamber window, bids me 1,000 times good night. I tell this tale life. I should first tell thee how the prince, Claudio, and my master, planted and placed and possessed by my master Don John, saw far up in the orchard this amiable encounter.
Thought the Margaret was Hero?
2 of them did, the prince and Claudio, but the devil, my master, knew that she was Margaret, and partly by his oaths, which first possessed them, and partly by the dark night, which did deceive them, but chiefly by my villainy, which did concern any slander the Don John made. Away went Claudio, enraged, swore he would meet her as he was appointed next morning at the temple, and there before the whole congregation shame her with what he saw o'ernight, and send her home again without a husband.
We charge you in the prince's name to stay out.
Call up the Right Master Constable. We have here recovered the most dangerous piece of lechery that was ever known in the Commonwealth.
And one deformed is one of them, sir. I know him. He wears a lock.
Masters!
You may bring deformed forth, I warn you.
Masters, never speak, we charge you. Let us obey you to go with us.
We are like to prove a goodly commodity being taken up of these men's bills.
A commodity in question. I warn you. Come, we'll obey you.
Good Ursula, wake my cousin Beatrice and desire her to rise. I will wait. And bid her come hither.
I like the new tire with an excellent ring. If the hair were a cloth rounder and your gown's a most rare fashion, eh? I saw the Duchess of Milan's gown that they praised so.
Oh, that exceeds, they say.
By my troth, what a nightgown in respect of yours. Cloth of gold and cuts, laced with silver, set with pearls, down sleeves, side sleeves, and skirts round underboard with a bluish tinsel. But for a fine, quaint, graceful, and excellent fashion, yours is worth 10 on it.
God give me joy to wear it, for my heart is exceeding heavy.
'Twill be heavy as soon, by the weight of a man.
Fie upon thee!
I'm not ashamed of what lady of speaking honorably. Is not marriage honorable in a beggar? Is not your lord honorable without marriage? I think you would have me say, saving your reverence, a husband and bad thinking do not rest true speaking. I'll offend nobody. Is there any harm in the heavier for a husband? None. I think it be the right husband and the right wife. Otherwise 'tis light and not heavy. Ask my lady Beatrice else. Here she comes.
Good morrow, coz.
Good morrow, sweet hero.
Why, how now? Do you speak in the sick tune?
I am all out of other tune, methinks. 'Tis almost 5 o'clock, cousin. 'Tis time you were ready. By my troth, I am exceeding ill. Hi-ho.
For a hawk, a horse, or a husband.
For the letter that begins them all. H.
Well, and not to be turned to. There's no more sailing by the stock.
What means the fool, Trow?
Nothing I, but God send everyone their heart's desire.
These gloves the Count sent me, they are an excellent perfume.
I am stuffed, cousin. I cannot smell.
Get you some of this distilled Cardus Benedictus and lay it to your heart. It's the only thing for a qualm. There, thou drinkest her with a thistle.
Benedictus! Why Benedictus? You have some moral in this Benedictus?
Moral? No, by my troth, I have no moral meaning. I meant plain, holy thistle. You may think perchance I think you are in love. Nay, by Our Lady, I am not such a fool to think what I list, nor not to list what I think I can, nor indeed I cannot think, if I would think my heart out of thinking, that you are in love, or that you will be in love, or that you can be in love. Yet, Benedict was such another, and now he has become a man. He swore he would never marry, and yet now, in despite of his heart, he eats his meat without grudging. And how you may be converted, I know not, but methinks you look with your eyes, as other women do.
What pace is this that thy tongue keeps?
Not a false scallop. I don't withdraw. The prince, the count, Senior Benedict, Don John, and all the gals of town are coming to fetch you to church.
Come to dress me, good coz, good maid, good Ursula.
honest neighbor. Marry, sir, I would have some confidence with you that discerns you nearly. Brief I pray you, for you see it is a busy time with me. Marry, that it is, sir. What is it, my good friend? One word, sir. Our watch, sir, have indeed comprehended 2 auspicious persons, and we would have them this morning examined before your worship. Take their examination yourself and bring it to me. I am now in great haste as it may appear unto you. It shall be sufficient. Drink some wine. There you go. Very well. Go, good neighbor, go. Get you to Francis Sequel and bid him bring his pen and cord to the jail. We are now to examination these men.
And we must do it wisely.
We will spare for no one, I warrant you. Only get the learned writer to set down our excommunication and meet me at the jail. Only to the plain form of marriage, and you shall recount our particular duties afterwards.
You come hither, my lord, to be married to this lady?
No.
To be married to her. Friar, you come to marry her.
Lady, you come hither to be married to this count?
I do.
If either of you know any inward impediment why you should not be conjoined, I charge you on your souls to utter it.
Stand thee right, friar. Father, by your leave, will you with free and unconstrained souls give me this maid, your daughter?
As freely, my dear son, as God did give her me.
And what have I to give you, whose worth and counterpoise this rich and precious gift?
Nothing, unless you render her again.
Sweet prince, you learn noble thankfulness. There, Leonato. Take her back again. Give not this rotten honor to your friend. She's but the sign and semblance of her honor. Behold how like a maid she blushes here. But she would not swear, all you that see her, that you are made by these exterior shows, but she is none. She knows the heat of luxurious bed. Her blush is guiltiness, not modesty.
What do you mean, my lord?
Not to be married, not to knit my soul to an approved wanton.
Dear my lord, if you in your own proof have vanquished the resistance of her youth and made defeat of her virginity.
No, Leonato. I never tempted her with word too large. But as a brother to his sister showed bashful sincerity and calmly love.
It seemed I ever otherwise to you.
Don't they see me? Otherwise against it. You seem to be as die on him and her all, as chaste as the blood ere it is flown. But you are more temperate in your blood than Venus and those pampered animals that rage in savage sensuality.
Is my lord well that he doth speak so wise? Sweet prince, I speak, not you.
What should I speak? I am disgraced that I wanted about to leave my dear friend to a common stand.
Are these things spoken, or do I but dream? Sir, they are spoken, and these things are true.
Hero himself can learn hero's virtue. What man was it that walked with you yesternight, who took the hour 12 and 1? Now if you are maid, answer to this.
I talked with no man at that hour, my lord.
Why, then you are no maid. Leonardo, I'm sorry you was here. Upon my honor, me, my brother, and this grieved count did see her, hear her, at that hour last night, talk with a ruffian at her chamber window, who, like a most liberal villain, did confess the vile encounters they had 1,000 times.
Fie, they are not to be named, my lord, not to be spoken. There is not chastity enough in language without offense to utter them. Thus, pretty lady, I am sorry for thy much misgovernment.
Oh, hero, what a hero hadst thou been if half thy outward virtues had been placed about thy thoughts and counsels of thy heart. But fare thee well, most foul, most farewell thou pure impiety and impious purity, against the unlock of all the gates of love, and on mine eyelids so conjecture hang to turn all beauty to thoughts of harm, and never shall his more be gracious.
Hath no man's dagger here a point for me?
Listen, where are you sitting down? Come, let us go. These things come thus to light. Smother her spirit so.
How jumped the lady?
Dead, I think. Help, Uncle! You're away here. Uncle, you're fainting, friar!
Fate, take not away thy heavy hand. Death is a very portion that may be wished for.
How now, cousin hero?
Dost thou look up?
Yea, wherefore should she not?
Wherefore doth not every earthly thing cry shame upon her? Could she here deny the story that is printed in her blood? Do not live, hero. Do not open thine eyes. Pride did things thou would not quickly die. Thought I, thy passions were stronger than thy shames. Self would, on rare word of reproaches, strike at the Grieved I have had but blood, but mine I loved, and mine I praised. Mine I was proud on. Mine so much that I myself was to myself not mine, valuing of her. Oh, she is fallen into a pit of ink that the wide sea hath drops too few to wash her clean again, and salt too little to a citizen hit give her bowels in her flesh.
Sir, be patient. For my part, I am so attired in wonder, I know not what to say.
Oh, on my soul, my cousin is blind!
Lady, were you her bedfellow last night?
No, truly not. Although until last night, I have been this 12-month her bedfellow.
Confirmed, where the two princes lie, and Claudio lie, who loved her so, thus speaking of her foulness, washed her with tears. Hence from her, let her die!
Hear me a little. I have only been silent so long, and given way into this course of fortune. By noting of the lady, I have marked 1,000 blushing apparitions to start into her face, 1,000 innocent shames. Call me a fool. Trust not my readings, nor my observations, which with the experimental seal doth warrant, if the sweet lady lie not here under some guiltless error.
Friar, it cannot be. Thou seest that all the virtue that she hath left is that which she will not add to her damnation. A sin of perjury. She not denies it. Why seekest thou then to cover with excuse what appears in proper nakedness?
Lady, what man is he you are accusing?
They know that you accuse me. I know none. If I know more of any man alive than that which maiden modesty doth warrant.
There is some strange misprison in the princes.
Two of them have the very bent of honor. If their wisdoms be misled in this, the practice of the lives in John the Bastard, whose spears toil in the frame of villains.
I know not. If they speak but truth of her, these hands shall tear her. If they wrong her honor, the proudest of them shall well hear of it.
Pause a while, and let my counsel sway you in this matter. Here, your daughter, the princess left for dead. Let her while be secretly kept in, and publish it that she is dead indeed. Maintain a mourning ostentation, and hang epitaphs on your family's old monument, to all rites that appertain unto a burial.
What shall become of this? What will this do?
Mary, this well carried shall, on her behalf, change slander to remorse. That is some good. But not for that dream I on the strange course, but on this travail look for greater birth. She, dying, as it must be so maintained, upon the instant she was accused, shall be lamented, pitied, and excused of every hearer. For it so falls out, that what we have, we prize not to the worth whiles we enjoy it, but being lacked and lost, then we rack the value. Then we find the virtue that possession would not show us whiles it was ours. So shall it fare with Claudio. When he shall hear she died upon his words, the idea of her life shall sweetly creep into his study of imagination, and every lovely organ of her life shall come apparelled in more precious habit than when she lived indeed. Then shall he mourn,
if ever love had interest in his living, and wished he had not so accused her. No, though he thought his accusation true. Let this be so, and doubt not but success will fashion this event in better shape than I can lay it down, in like me. And if it sort not well, you may conceal her in some religious or reclusive life, out of all eyes, tongues, minds, and injuries.
Signor Leonardo, let the friar advise you. And though you know my inwardness and love is very much unto the Prince and Claudio, yet by mine honor I will deal in this as secretly and justly as your soul should with your body.
Being that I flow in grief, the smallest wine may lead me.
'Tis well consented. Presently away, for to strange sores, strangely they strange sight. Come, lady, die to live. This wedding day is perhaps but prolonged. Have patience and endure.
Lady Beatrice, have you wept all this while?
Yea, and I will weep a while longer.
I will not desire that.
You have no reason. I do it freely.
Surely, I do believe your fair cousin is wrong.
Ah, how much might the man deserve of me that would right her?
Is there any way to show such friendship?
A very even way, but no such friend.
May a man do it?
It is a man's office, but not yours.
I do love nothing so well in the world as I love you. Is not that strange?
As strange as the thing, I know not. It were as possible for me to say I love nothing so well as you. But believe me not, and yet I lie not. I confess nothing, nor I deny nothing. I am sorry for my cousin.
By my sword, Beatrice, thou lovest me.
Do not swear and eat it.
I will swear by it that you love me, and make him eat it that says I love not you.
Why then? God forgive me.
What offenses me, Beatrice?
You have stayed me, and I have you. I was about to protest.
Then do it, with all my heart.
I love you with so much of my heart that there is none left to protest.
Come, bid me do anything for thee.
Kill Claudio.
Not for the wide world.
You kill me to deny it. There.
Tarry, sweet Beatrice.
I'm gone, though I am here. There is no love in you. Nay, I pray you let me go.
Beatrice!
In faith, I will go.
We will be friends first.
You dare easier be friends with me than fight with my enemy.
Is Claudio thine enemy?
Is he not approved in the height of himself, a villain that hath slandered, scorned, and dishonored my kinswoman? Oh, that I were a man. What, bear her in hand till they come to take hands, and then, with public accusation, uncovered slander, unmitigated rancor, oh God, that I were a man, I would eat his heart in the marketplace.
Hear me, Beatrice.
Talk with a man out at a window, a proper saying.
Nay, but Beatrice.
Sweet hero, she is wrong, she is slandered, she is undone.
Beatrice.
He is now as valiant as Hercules will, he tells a lie and swears it. I cannot be a man with wishing. Therefore, I will die, a woman, with grieving.
Very good, Beatrice. By this hand, I love thee.
Is it for my love some other way than swearing by?
Think you in your soul that Count Claudio have wronged Hero?
Yea, as sure as I have a thought or a soul.
Enough! I am engaged. I will challenge him. Go, comfort your cousin. I must say she is dead. So farewell.
Is our whole assembly appear?
Oh, a stool and a cushion for the sexton.
Which be the malefactors? Mary, that am I, and my partner.
Nay, that is certain. We have an exhibition to examine.
But which of the offenders that are to be examined? Let them come before Master Constable.
Yea, Mary, let them come before me. What is your name, friend? Braccio. Friend, write down Braccio. And yours, Sirrah?
I am a gentleman, sir, and my name is Conrad.
Write down Master Gentleman Conrad. Masters, do you serve God?
Yes, sir, we hope.
Masters, it is proved already that you are little better than false knaves, and it will go near to be thought so shortly. How answer you for yourselves?
Marry, sir, we say we are none.
A marvelous witty fellow, I assure you, but I will go down with him. Come you hither, Sirrah, a word in your ear. Sir, I say to you, it is thought you are false knaves.
Sir, I say to you, we are none.
Master Constable, you go not the way to examine. You must call forth the watch that are their accusers.
Yea, Mary, that's the eftest way. Let the watch come forth. Masters, I charge you in the prince's name, accuse these men.
This man said, sir, that Don John, the prince's brother, was a villain.
Write down Prince John a villain. Why? This is black perjury to call prince's brother villain.
Master Constable.
Pray, fellow, peace. I do not like thy look, I promise thee.
What hurt you from else?
Mary, that he had received 1,000 ducats of Don John for accusing the Lady Hero wrongfully.
Black burglary as ever was committed.
Yea, by mass, that is.
What else, fellow?
And that Count Claudio did mean, upon his words, to disgrace Hero before the whole assembly and to not marry her.
Oh, villain! Thou wilt be condemned into everlasting redemption for this!
What else?
This is all.
And this is more, masters, than you can deny. Prince John is this morning secretly stolen away. Hero was in this manner accused, and this very manner refused, and upon the grief of it suddenly died. Master Constable, let these men be bound and brought to the office.
Come, let them be opinioned.
Let them be by the hands.
Ah, Costco! Where's the sexton? Let him write down the prince's officer coxcomb. Come, bind them, thou naughty varlet.
Away, you're an ass!
You're an ass! Dost thou not suspect my place? Dost thou not suspect my ears? Oh, that he were here to write me down an ass! But master, remember that I am an ass. Though not be written down, yet forget not that I am an ass. Bring it away! Oh, that I had been written down an ass!
thus you will kill yourself. 'Tis not wise to second grieve against yourself.
I pray thee, cease thy counsel, which falls on mine ears as profitless, as water in a sieve. Bring me a man who so loved his child that his joy of her was overwhelmed like mine, and bid him speak patience. And I of him will gather patience. But there is no such man. No, 'tis all men's office to speak patience to those that bring unto the load of sorrow. But no man's virtue, nor sufficiency to be so moral, when he shall endure the like himself. Therefore, give me no counsel. My griefs cry louder than advertisement.
Yet vent not all the harm upon yourself, and let those that do offend you suffer too.
There, thou speakest reason. Nay, I will do so. My soul doth tell me that hero is beloved, and that shall Claudio know, and so shall it prove. And so that all the best is over her.
Here comes the Prince and Claudia, please.
Good evening. Good evening.
Good day to both of you.
Hear ye, my lords.
We have some haste, Leonardo.
Some haste, my lord. Well, fare you well, my lord. Are you so hasty now? Well, all is one.
Nay, do not quarrel with this good old man.
If he could right himself with quarreling, some of us would lie low.
Who wrongs him? Mary, thou dost wrong me, thou dissembler, thou. Nay, never lay thy hand upon my serf, I fear thee not.
Mary, beshrew my hand, if it should give your agents cause of fear. In faith, my hand hath nothing to my sword.
Tush, man, never flare and jest at me, for I speak not like a dotard nor a fool. I say, thou hast belied mine innocent child. Thy slander hath gone through her heart, and she lies buried with her ancestors. Oh, in a tomb where slander never slept. Save this of hers, framed by thy villainy.
My villainy.
Thine, Claudio, thine, I say.
You say not right, old man.
Canst thou so daft me? Thou hast killed my child. Thou killest me, boy, thou kills a man.
He shall kill two of us, and then indeed. But this no matter. Win me, wear me, and let him answer me. Stir, boy, I'll win from your foining fence, for I am a gentleman, I will.
Brother,
content yourself. God knows I love my niece, and she is dead. Slandered to death by villains who dare as well answer a man indeed, as I dare take the serpent by the tongue. Boys, apes, baggards, jacks, milksops.
Brother Antony,
hold your content. What they I know and what they win. The utmost scruple, scrambling, outfacing, fashion-monging boys who lie, deprave and slander, say half a dozen dangerous words to hurt their enemy if they durst. And this is all. But brother, come, 'tis no matter. Do not you meddle. Let me deal in this.
Gentlemen both, we will not wake your patience. I am sorry if your daughter is dead, but upon mine honor, she was not charged with anything that was not true and very full of proof.
my lord, my lord.
I will not hear you.
No? Come, brother, away. I will be heard.
And shall, for some of us will smart of it.
Look, here is the man we have come to seek.
Now, senor, what news?
Welcome, senor. You are almost come to part, almost afraid.
We have had like to have had our two noses snuffed out by two old men without teeth.
Leonardo and his brother, what thinkst thou? I do not think we should have been too young for them. Should we have met?
Shall I speak a word in your ear? You are a villain! I does not! I will make it good with how you dare, with what you dare, and when you dare. Do me right, or I will protest your cowardice. You have killed a sweet lady, and her death shall fall heavy on you. Fare you well, boy. You know my mind. I will leave you to your gossip-like humor. You break just as baggards do with their blades, which God do faint hurt not. My lord, for your many courtesies I thank you. I must discontinue your company. Your brother the bastard is fled from Messina. You have among you killed a sweet and innocent lady. For my lord Lackbeard, there he and I shall meet. Until then, peace be with him.
It is in earnest.
In most profound earnest. And I'll warrant you, the love, Beatrice.
And I challenge thee.
Most sincerely.
But soft you, let me be. Pluck up my heart and be sad. Did he not say my brother was fled? Now, officers, what have these men done?
Marry, sir, they have committed false reports. Moreover, they have spoken untruths. Secondarily, they are slanders. Sixth and lastly, they have belied a lady. Thirdly, they have verified unjust things. And to conclude, they are lying knaves.
First, I ask thee what these men have done. Thirdly, what's their offense? Sixth and lastly, why they are committed. And to conclude, what you lay to their charge.
Rightly reasoned, and in his own division.
Now, masters, who have you offended that you are so bound to your answer? For this learned constable is too cunning to be understood. Now, what have you done?
Sweet prince, let me go no further to my answer. Do you hear me, and let this count kill me? I have deceived even your very eyes. But your wisdoms could not discover these shallow fools have brought to light, who in the night overheard me confessing to this man how Don John, your brother, incensed me to sland the lady hero, how you were brought into the orchard and saw me court Margaret in Lady Hero's gardens. How you disgraced her when you should have married her, and now the lady is dead upon mine and my master's false accusation. And briefly, I desire nothing but the reward of a villain.
Runs not this speech like iron through your blood?
I've drunk poison while he uttered it.
But did not my brother set you on this?
Yea, and paid me richly for the practice of it.
He is composed and framed with treachery, and is fled upon this villainy.
Sweet hero, now thy image should appear in the rare semblance that I loved first.
Come, bring away the plaintiffs. By this time, our 16 has reformed seniorly in auto of the matter. And masters, do not forget to specify, when time and place shall serve, that I am an ass!
Get on the sexton too.
Which is the villain? Let me see his eyes.
If you would know you're wrong, you look on me.
Art thou the slave that with thy breath hath killed mine innocent child?
Yea, even I alone.
No, not so, villain. Thou beliest thyself. A pair of honorable men stand here. A third is fled that had a hand in it. I thank thee, princes, for my daughter's death. Recorded with your high and worthy deeds. 'Twas bravely done, if you bethink you of it.
I know not how to pray your patience, yet I must speak. Choose to revenge yourself. Impose on me what penance your invention can lay upon my sin. Yet sinned I not, but in mistaken.
By my soul, nor I.
I cannot bid you bid my daughter live. That were impossible. But I pray you go. Possess the people in Messina here how innocent she died. And if your love can labor oft in sad invention, hang her an epitaph upon her tomb, and sing it to her bones. Sing it tonight. Tomorrow come ye to my house. And since you could not be my son-in-law, be yet my nephew. My brother hath a daughter, almost a copy of my child that's dead. And she alone is heir to the both of us. Give her the right you should have given her cousin, and so dies my revenge.
Oh, noble sir, your overkindness doth bring tears from mine eyes. I do embrace your noble penance. Disposed henceforth, poor Claudio.
Tomorrow then, I will expect your coming. Tonight I take my leave. This naughty man shall face to face be brought with Margaret, whom I believe was packed in all this wrong.
No, by my soul, she was not, nor knew what she did when she spoke to me, but always hath been just and virtuous. And everything that I do know by her.
Moreover, sir, which indeed is not under white and black, this plaintiff here, the offender, did call me ass. I beseech you, let it be remembered in his punishment.
I thank thee for thy care and honest pains.
Your worship speaks like most thankful and reverend youth, and I praise God for you.
Here's for thy pains.
God save the foundation.
Go. I discharge thee of thy prisoner, and I thank thee.
I leave an errant knave with your worship, which I beseech your worship to correct yourself for the example of others. God keep your worship. I wish your worship well. God restore you to health. And if a merry meeting may be wished, God prohibit it. Come, neighbor.
Tomorrow, lords. Until tomorrow, lords. Farewell.
Farewell. We shall look for you tomorrow.
Yeah,
Nice. Oh, Bournemouth hero.
Pray thee, sweet Mistress Margaret, deserve love at my hands by helping me to the speech of Beatrice.
Will you then write me a sonnet in praise of my beauty?
In so high a style, Margaret, that no man living can come over it. For in most comely truth, thou deservest it. Thy wit is as quick as the greyhound's mouth it catches.
And yours are as blunt as the venter's foils, which hit but hurt not.
A most manly wit, Margaret, it will not hurt a woman. And so I pray thee, call Beatrice, I give thee the bucklers.
Well, I will call Beatrice to you, who I think hath legs.
And therefore will come. The God of love that sits above and knows me, how pitiful I deserve. I mean in singing, Mary, I cannot show it in rhyme. I have tried. I can find out no rhyme to lady but baby, innocent rhyme. For scorn, horn, a hard rhyme. For school, fool, a babbling rhyme. Very ominous endings. No, I was not born under a rhyming planet, nor can I rue in festival terms. Sweet Beatrice, wouldst thou come when I called thee?
Yea, Signor, and depart when you bid me.
Oh, stay but till then.
Then is spoken. Very well. And yet, ere I go, let me go with that which I came, which is knowing what hath passed between you and Claudio.
Only foul words, and thereupon I will kiss thee.
Foul words is but foul wind, and foul wind is but foul breath, and foul breath is noisome. Therefore, I will depart unkissed.
Thou wast frighten the word out of his right sense, so forcible is my wit. But I must tell thee plainly that Claudio undergoes my challenge, and either I must shortly hear from him, or subscribe to a coward. And I pray thee now tell me, for which of my bad parts didst thou first fall in love with me?
For them all together, which maintain so politic a state of people, that they would not admit any good part to intermingle with them. But I pray you, for which of my good parts did thou first suffer love free?
Suffer love? A good epithet. I do indeed suffer love, for I love thee against my will.
In spite of your heart, I think. Alas, poor heart, if you spite it for my sake, I will spite it for yours. For I will never love that which my friend hates.
Thou and I are too wise to woo peaceably. Now tell me, how doth your cousin?
Very ill.
And how are you?
Very ill too.
Serve God, love me, and mend. There I will leave you too, for here comes one in haste.
Madam, you must come to your uncle, yonder's old coil at home. It has been proved that my lady hero hath been falsely accused, the Prince and Claudio mightily abused, and Don John is the author of all who is fled and gone. Will you come presently?
Will you go here this new signor?
I will live in thy heart, die in thy lap, and be buried in thine eyes. And, moreover, I will go with thee to thy uncle's.
Did I not tell you she was innocent?
So are the Prince and Claudio, whom you heard, who accused her upon the error that you heard debated. But Margaret was in some fault for this, although against her will, as it appears in the true course of all the question.
I'm glad all things work out so well.
And so am I, being else by faith and forced to call young Claudio to a reckoning for it.
Come, daughter and gentlewoman all. Withdraw into a chamber by yourselves. And when I send for you, come hither masked. The Prince and Claudio have promised by this hour to visit you. You know your office, brother. You must be father to your brother's daughter, and give her to young Claudio.
I will do with great confidence.
Friar, I must entreat your pains, I think.
To do what, senor?
To buy me, or undo me, one of them. Senor Leonardo, truth it is, good senor, your niece regards me with an eye of favor.
The sight whereof I think you had from me, from the Prince and Claudio. But what's your will?
Your answer, sir, is enigmatical, but for my will is your goodwill to stand of ours on this day, to be conjoined in the state of honorable marriage, in which, good friar, I will desire your help.
My heart is with your liking.
And my help. Here comes the Prince of Claudio.
Good morrow, Elizabeth.
Good morrow, Prince. Good morrow, Claudio. We here attend you. Are you yet determined today to marry with my brother's daughter? Call her forth, brother. The friar is ready.
Which is the lady I must seize upon?
This is she, and I do give you her.
Why then, she's mine. Sweet, let me see your face.
No, that you shall not do, until you take her hand before this friar and swear to marry her.
Lady, take from that hand, from this holy friar. I'm your husband, if you like it.
When I lived, I was your other wife. And when you loved, you were my other husband.
Another hero.
Nothing certainer. One hero died defiled, but I do live. And surely, as I live, I am a maid.
Hero is dead?
She died, my lord, but whilst her slander lived.
All this amazement can I qualify. Once after this the holy rites are ended, I'll tell you largely the fair hero's death.
Soft and fair friar, which is Beatrice.
I answer to that name. What is your will?
Do not you love me?
Why? No. No more than reason.
Why then, your uncle, the prince, and Claudio have been deceived. They swore you did.
Do not you love me?
Drop, no. No more than reason.
Why then, my cousin Margaret and Ursula are much deceived. For they did swear you did.
They swore, but you were almost sick for me.
They swore that you were well nigh dead for me.
'Tis no such matter. Then, you do not love me.
No, truly, but in friendly recompense.
Come, cousin, I'm sure you love the gentleman.
And don't be sworn he loves her.
Oh,
Here's a paper, written in his hand. Oh, she's on it. Passion. To the lady Beatrice.
And here's another, written in my cousin's hand, stolen from her pocket, containing her affection unto Benedict.
A miracle. Here's our own hands against our hearts. Come, I will have thee, but by this light, I take thee for pity.
I would not deny you, but by this good day, I yield upon great persuasion, and partly to save your life. For I was told you were in a consumption.
How dost thou, Benedict, the married man?
I'll tell thee what, Prince. A college of woodcrackers cannot flop me out of my humor. Didst thou think I cared for a satire and an epigram? No. In brief, since I do purpose to marry, I will think nothing to any purpose the world can say against it. And therefore, never flatter me for what I have said against it. For man is a giddy thing, and this is my conclusion. For my part, Claudio, I did think to have thee. But in that thou art to be like my kinsman, live unbruised, and love my cousin. Come, come, we are friends. Let's have a dance. Ever we are married, though it may lighten our hearts and our wives' heels.
come, we'll have dancing afterward.
First of my word, and therefore play music. Prince, thou art sad. Get thee a wife. Get thee a wife.
My lord, your brother John has taken his flight and brought our men back to Athena.
Think not I live until tomorrow. I will devise thee brave punishment. Strike up, pipers.